Guten Tag, Todd Hawkrave hier von Marketing für Hippies. Ich bin in Aachen, Deutschland. And yeah, so that's about where my German stops at the moment. I took German as a kid. I went to a Waldorf school and learned it in high school. And I'm here in Aachen. There's the storytelling festival. It's an old Scottish storyteller I knew a decade ago. That starts tomorrow. But it occurred to me that a video I wanted to make was about how marketing is translation. Fundamentally, marketing is about translating things from one language to another. We're trying to translate it from our point of view to the point of view of the potential client. We're trying to put it in words that they might understand. One of the places that marketing often falls down in terms of copywriting is jargon. People use words that mean a lot to them but not to others. So in the holistic scene, you'll have people talking a lot about energy and alignment, and there's the corporate speak we know, synergy and paradigms, and every industry's got it. It's funny, I was actually driving from Toronto to Ottawa Valley with a woodworker, and he was describing how he makes these amazing wooden steins. But he was talking about all the equipment and the different techniques he uses, and I literally had no idea what he was saying. And I said at one point, I'm literally understanding about half the words you're saying because you're using all this technical jargon. He's like, oh, okay, sure. And then he starts telling me again, but he uses the same words, and I'm just completely lost. And then I saw him speak to another woodworker the next day who understood everything he was saying. So there's something about translating marketing fundamentally first from what do we think they need into their symptoms. There's a lot of talk in marketing about, write at a grade 7 level, write for a 12-year-old. That's not condescending. It's courteous. It's kind. It's not expecting people to know our whole worldview, to understand why what we're talking about would be relevant to them. We're trying to imagine, if you've ever been in a city, here I'm in a new city, if somebody gave me directions, my guess is they'd be terrible. Because when you live in a place, it's really hard to give directions. You say, well, you go down to that old church, and then you turn this way, and then you go, and because you're too familiar with it. Which is why copywriters get paid so much, is because they can help you translate it. Things that, there's so much, it's not just what we say, that you say too much jargon. It's also things you don't say that are really important, that when somebody who's outside of your situation reads it, it's just like, what the hell? I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, well, because of this. It's like, well, you never said that. Okay. So marketing is about translating, and translating is partly in using language that they would understand. It's also making sure we don't leave information out. It's very difficult to translate, which is why, hot tip, if you're going to write a sales letter, have somebody else read it who's not in your business, who's not even in your industry, to see if it even makes sense. Because you'd be amazed at the stuff we leave out, like dates of workshops, the price, where it's going to be, when. There's that kind of stuff. But you can also leave out important things like who would this help? Who's it for? What problems does it solve? What results does it offer? What is this even? So marketing is translating. That's my thought for the day. From Aachen.